Hi, welcome back again, everyone. This is MC, the accountant shares, and now we're going to have accounting definitions. So there are as many definitions of accounting as there are sources. But you can see here on the illustration, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your money is? So this is a question about what happened to your money. How can you trace what happened to your money? And how about we take that to the end or part of the business? So this is what the point of this illustration is. So anyway, let's have the four definitions of accounting based on this source. This is, by the way, the book of Ballada. This is not my book or source. However, these are definitions coming also from other accounting books or sources or authorities. So as you can see, there are four of them, one, 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 one. So there are four. And at the end part of every statement, there is a source. Normally, that's a book. And then the first one is coming from SFAS, Statement of Financial Accounting Standards number 1. Now, just to have a quick recap, SFAS is the old accounting standards or set of accounting standards used by Philippines, which is largely based upon the US GAAP or the United States of America generally accepted accounting principles. So they used these particular accounting standards, and then on Philippine setting, we are using that up to 2004 or prior to 2005, in which at that point we started using international accounting standards. And now that's International Financial Reporting Standards or IFRSs. So this goes to show that accounting is a very dynamic field. There are changes along the way. Anyhow, so let's scrutinize, let's have the dissecting of different accounting definitions. And that is my task. I'm going to discuss one by one each definition so that we will have appreciation of accounting as a discipline. So first is accounting is a service activity, which means that in accounting, we provide services to our clients. And what service is that? It's the function to provide quantitative information. Now, information in accounting can exist in various forms. Could be qualitative or quantitative. If we see words, descriptions, paragraphs, sentences, phrases, these are qualitative information. Quali. While quantitative information talks about numbers. But if we would like to know specific set of numbers that are in monetary terms or financial denominators, just like Philippine pesos for Philippine setting, so that's financial. That's why it is stated here, primarily financial in nature because accounting deals with money. About economic entities, so these are the businesses in which the primary concern is profit. That's the point of mentioning economic, and then that is intended to be useful in making economic decisions. In business, there are decisions that has or that have to be made by different stakeholders. So the stakeholders, for example, could be employees. Employees wanted to know the performance of the business, the position of the business, such that can it still pay later on the salaries that are due to them and other remuneration, other benefits, compensation packages, and etc. What about their long-term employment benefits or retirement packages or benefits? Can the company still pay? So the employees will be very interested to know. If you are an investor, you would like to know, can the company still continue its operation so that it can still pay dividends on your or our investments so that we will be deciding, we will be thinking as to shall we continue with our investment? Shall we remove or shall we withdraw or divest our investment? Or shall we add more? Or shall we deduct? Just remove a portion. So those things are very important for the users to make decisions. Next, accounting is an information system. If it's an information system in which I discussed in the introduction to accounting, there's the IPO flow. That means input, process, and output. In input, whatever economic information or transaction or activity of the business that will be processed. How? Through accounting, because accounting is a process, which is on the third. But it is an information system because it generates the output or report from the input being placed in the process. So input, process, output. Information system that measures, processes, and communicates financial information about an economic entity. You can still see the commonalities or the terms. Communicating financial information, because what is the use of the report to be made? That is to be used again by the decision makers or the different stakeholders to be able to make wise economic decisions. And this is all about economic entity. Then the third one is accounting is the process of identifying. So in identifying, we are going to analyze what the transaction is all about. Is that accountable or not accountable? If you say accountable, it affects the accounting elements. So in the rules of debit and credit, I discussed that there are 6 accounting elements. You have assets, liabilities, capital or equity. Then you have drawing income or revenues and expenses. So those are the 6. So though they affect the accounting elements, and does it have 2 sides? At least one debit and one credit, one value received and one value parted with. So those can be the questions asked. For identifying and measuring, we now assign values because we talk about economics, we talk about Philippine pesos. And the information obtained or generated or output, which are the financial statements, will be communicated to be able that the users of the information can make informed judgments and decisions, not just any judgments, not just any decisions. It should be informed judgments and decisions. So you can see that here. By the way, the second one is on the Statement of Financial Accounting Concepts, okay, which is made by FASB, Financial Accounting Standards Board. I told you also that these particular definitions are given in books or reports, but they are also issued by authorities. Just like the first one, the SFAS number 1 is issued by Accounting Standards Council or ASC, which was our standard council at that time in the Philippines. The second one is made by Financial Accounting Standards Board, which is the board in United States of America. This third one is from a statement of basic accounting theory that is made from AAA, the American Accounting Association, so still in the US. And this last one is still from US. Accounting is the art, a while ago process, which means that accounting is a science. It talks about step-by-step processing of information from steps 1 up to 9, which you will know of in the accounting cycle. And the art, because it talks about judgment, but the judgment is professionally made or done. It's not just any judgment. Art of recording, classifying, and summarizing in a significant manner. So we record the transactions, we place them in the journal that will also be discussed in the next chapters. We classify the items and we summarize. So these are the phases, the so-called phases of accounting, which will be tackled exhaustively anyway, but I'm just mentioning them in a significant manner because we deal with items that would materially have impact on the financial statements. So their inclusions in the financial statements or records of the business would have material or significant impact on the communication to be made to users. And in terms of the money, so again, economics, monetary considerations, transactions, and events which are in part at least of a financial character and interpreting the results thereof. So still the same, talks about financial, talks about the events or activities in the business, and then to be communicated to the users. This again from still US, but from their accredited professional organization or APO, which is American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, which is actually the largest umbrella or group of certified public accountants or CPAs in the Philippines. Okay, so these are the four definitions of accounting that stood the test of time. And as what I've said in the introduction, there can be as many definitions of accounting as there are sources, or we can even make our own definitions. Anyway, thank you so much for staying with me, and hopefully you learned something in this session. Don't forget to like this video, share this to your friends, especially those who wanted to know accounting more, and also subscribe to my channel, and let's see this channel growing. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.